Welcome to Level Up with CMJ. Hey, my name is Jonas. This is my Crapsmaster dice shooting journey. Let's make it yours too. Today is episode number 324 of the Level Up program and day number 34 of the Black Belt. If you're new to the program, this is all about my daily shooting of the dice at the craps table, as well as practicing a blue-collar craps style of play. On the YouTube side of things, we got 5 Young 4 checking in. Number 1, we got Dice Dr. Dan. Good morning, you're early today. We got Uncle Hoku, Rick S., Brian Fliegel, Leadham, Kevin Smith, Randy Hill, and Marble Fork. On the Kick.com side of things, no one's checked in. Oh, one person checked in already, but they still have not said hi. But hey, make sure you guys say hi in the chat, and let's get the show started today. So this weekend I went up to, actually this weekend I continued working on the craps table, and it's looking pretty sharp. I know that Brian Fliegel got a glance at it, a pre-glance. I'm not really sharing it with too many people because I want it to be a surprise once I do unveil it. But we did get a considerable amount done this weekend. Saturday night I did go to the casino, to Oneida. And I walked in and I played for about 3.5, 4 hours. And it was kind of up a little bit, down a little bit all night. And then right at the end, I made $153. So I got off the table and I left right away. So that was a successful trip again. That's been 5 out of 6 trips now where I've actually profited off of the gameplay. We got James Bach checking in on YouTube, Cruise with Blake, and Coach Joe, as well as JR22. So good morning to everybody. Let's get started. If you're playing on Crapsee, make sure you get your bets in on time and that. You have a 10-second counter. If you're not a member on Crapsee yet, make sure you consider doing a membership there so that we get all the full benefits that comes along with Crapsee, including the full bankroll and unlimited rebuys. So James is asking which casino I play at. I play at Oneida normally, up in Green Bay, Wisconsin. A couple weekends ago, I went down to Potawatomi, which is down in Milwaukee area, which I got there as a $15 table. As soon as I got onto the table, they changed it to a $25 table. Played for an hour and a half, and they upped it to a $50 table, which is way, way too rich for my blood. And they had 14-foot tables down there, and they were packed, 2 of them. But then I occasionally get down to Joliet, Illinois as well. And I play down there with Dice Grinders and then that whole crew of people, Giuseppe and Corey Espy, and all that stuff. So anyhow, I got a $15 pass line bet. We're starting our bankroll off today at $18.89. My goal is to get somewhere around $2,080, $2,100, somewhere in that ballpark. With a $1,800 bankroll, we are going to be going with the 110 inside strategy again. And then once we get a first hit, we'll pick up the 4 and 10 for $15 each. Take the second hit, and we'll either go 66 inside or 60 on the outside. So let's go all bet set here. I have not done any warm-up rolls yet, so make sure that you guys do take some consideration. So Dan asked me if Oneida is the one with the big rock that follows the tribe. I'm not sure what the big rock that follows the tribe is, but Oneida Nation is an Indian casino up and reservation, if you will, up in the Green Bay area. I've never heard of the big rock though. But anyhow, we'll go 3-2, 3-6. Dice out. And we start off with a 4-6-10. That is Waylon's best friend Win it in Daddy Joe. So make sure that KPI is engaged. It is good. We'll get that entered into Crapsee. And we're going to go again, like I said, 110 on the inside. Plus that pass line bet. So we got $25 on the 5 and 9. We got 30 on that 6 and 8. So I had the opportunity to shoot 3 times on Saturday. And the first one was about 6 or 7 rolls long. And of those 6 or 7, it was 7 rolls long. I'm sorry, 7 rolls long. because I threw 3 sevens trying to come out. Then I got a point. Then I threw a craps number, and then I threw it was 6 long. And then I threw another 7. So out of those 6, 4 of them were sevens. The second time I threw was a 20+ rower. Actually, it was a really nice roll. And then the third time that I threw was somewhere around that 8 or 9 mark. Again, it was. I got a 7 out on that third roll, and it was actually a throw that I thought was a really good throw. It just happened to land on a 7. Energy was good. The landing zone was good. The action off the dices were good. It was all really good. So I really wasn't that upset about that roll. But anyhow, let's go all bet set. Good morning, Frida. And that was a double pitch on that left die, by the way. That was a single pitch on the right die. So that is ultimately a single pitch of the dice. And that is a safe result. So let's go all bet set. Dice out. Ooh, dice split apart in my fingers when they left my hand, and we got a 4-3-7. So 0.7 out, early 7. Like I said, I'm just warming up here, guys. I did not get a chance to do any warm-ups today, so please bet accordingly. But Saturday was a crazy night. Oh my God. Brian Fliegel met me. We went up together, and Brian will attest to that. Saturday was just nuts night. There was so many freaking wacky people. I was actually turning around and looking at Brian because he wasn't playing even, and just rolling my eyes. And it got to the point where I just left because I was just getting so fed up with all the shenanigans that were going on there. He says, so Dissector Dan says, the Night of Legend states that the stone would follow the people wherever they went and would always end up on the outskirts of the village after they moved. That is something I do not know, Dan. I will definitely check into that, and I'll get back to you on that. But that would be a really cool story. I would really like to see that. So I'll research it, and I'll let you know. But again, $15 pass line bet. Hopefully we get past the 0.7 out this time. 16 people playing on Crapsee. We got 18 people on YouTube watching, and we're up to 2 people on kick.com. So all bets set here. And dice out. And we got a 5-6, the Midmo Yo for a come out as a pass line winner, a natural. So there'll be $15 brought back of the $125 we lost. So starting in the hole a little bit here, but hopefully we'll dig out pretty fast here. That was a single pitch towards us on that left eye, single pitch away on the right side. So that was ultimately a double pitch, which is a warning sign. So we have to be careful with that. And we'll call this all bet set. Dice out. Looking for a point. Shooter number 2. And we got a 3-2-5, a Justice 5. So 5 will be our point of our second shooter here. First point of the second shooter. Hopefully we get some 5s hit. So I just had a note from Chuck on Crapsee. I didn't see what that note was, Chuck. So please put in the chat somewhere what that note was. I'm not really sure. I just saw it briefly when I turned around. But anyway, we're going to go 110 inside again. And it's going to be $25 on that 9. We got 30 on the 6 and 8. Let's pick up $15 in pass line odds. Actually, it needs to be an odd number there. So we'll go $16 in pass line odds. Kevin Smith goes, that's why you won't play craps at night ever again. You can't deal with all the crazy drunks and idiots. There was one guy who was literally a drunk and an idiot, for that matter, standing at the end of the right-hand side of the table, right at the end. And he was a big Brett Favre fan, and he kept on rolling the dice, and he was lucking out on, he was getting a 3-1-4, he was getting a 2-2 hard 4, and he was betting the 4. I mean, I bet he'd pick up the dice and he'd shake them like this and he'd throw them to the other table. I bet you his roll went like 25 rolls long, and he hit that 4 probably about 8 times. And he kept on saying, hit the farb, let's go farb, I want the farb. And then he'd bet the double farb, which is the hard 8. He'd put a hard weight bet out on that also. It was kind of funny, but irritating. Very, very, very irritating. Oh, so that was Chuck going live on his table. Okay. I understand. Okay. Got it. Thanks, Joe. Anyhow, let's go. All bets set here, and dice out. 3, 2, 3, 6. And we got a 4-5 hard 9, the Big Daddy Mac. It is also the sister of, or the brother, if you want to call it, but the sister of the 5. So we get both 5s and 9s here so far. So 4-5. That's a double pitch on that left die. It's an implosion on the right die. So that is a safe result. That's $25 brought back. We're going to pick up $15 on the 4 and 10. We'll look for a second hit here. Okay, so there we go. I saw that notification on Chuck again. Okay, very cool. So that's exactly what that means. So that way people have options here on Crapsee if they want to jump over to Chuck's table. I'm not sure exactly what he's doing though. So James says that was amazing about the Brett Favre guy. He's seen the same thing. This guy was this drunk, obnoxious, rude. There was one girl on a table at the end of his on his side, and he was not talking very appropriate to her. He was very animated in his conversation, let's say, and I'm putting it lightly. So 3, 2, 3, 6, stays out. They split apart already, so let's re-give them. Stays out. Dice crossed on me. Darn it. 1, 6, 7. Not a good throw. That mechanics were not there. I don't know if you saw that, but the right die landed and it immediately flew to the right or to the left. And the left die went forward, but kind of went to the right a little bit. So short 2 rolls here. Let's change this around. If you watched on Friday, we actually had a pretty decent rollout. After Wednesday and Thursday was bad, but then the 5 sessions before that, or 4 sessions before that, we did really well. So we're kind of bouncing around a little bit here, trying to get some consistency down, working on mechanics. The big thing that I did last week was I changed my posture. I straightened my spine a little bit more, and that seemed to help. I know I gave Coach Joe a call on the way up to Green Bay, and he said he was yelling at me through his speakers when he was watching me the other day when I was having a bad day, and for some reason I just didn't hear him. So it was kind of a funny conversation that we had. So anyhow, we got all bets set here. Let's go dice out. 3, 2, 3, 6. Yeah, let's get a long roll here. And we got a 415. That is the horse and buggy, the truck and camper. So the craps table build is going pretty amazing. Move 2 boards. Should I tell them the story, Coach Joe? So what was that? That was a 4. That was a double pitch on the left die. That was a single pitch towards us on the right die. So that is a safe result. Oh man. Nighttime is for me is video poker, says Kevin. Okay. Now we can sit with your beverage and that and just kind of relax. Good morning, Dustin 1. So we're going 110 on the inside again. $15 pass line odds. And we will go all bets set. Dice out. And we got a hard 8, square pair, 4-4 hard 8. That's a primary in the bottom side. And that is obviously a safe result as well. Dice went down, they touched the back wall, and they just kind of died. And that's probably the type of shot that I'm looking a little bit more of. So that way the energy of the dice does not get them to fly over the table. They go down, they touch the back wall like they're supposed to, and then they just kind of die, so they're not like randomness or jumping around and that. But we're going to go $15 on the 4, $15 on that 10. Let's see if we can get out of the shooter for once and not lose money like we were. We are down so far. If I lost everything on the table right now, I would be down about, what is that, about $330. But my bankroll on Crapsee is only $170 down. So we'll see how this rolls out here. We'll go all bets set, 3, 2, 3, 6. A little bit long on the lens, though. We got out of the shooter finally. 4, 6, 10. That is Waylon's best friend way to end. Big Ben this time. So we finally got out of the shooter. We got past that break-even point. And that's going to be $62 brought back to the rack. So again, we have options compared to how much this money is brought back on the roll. Depends on what we're going to do. So we're going to go 60 on the outside. We've thrown mostly outside numbers so far anyhow in the 9 rolls that we've done. But we're going to go 60 on the outside. So that's going to be $15 on that 4, 9, and 10. We got $15 on the pass line bet. So $62 brought back, 60 on the table. That's a double pitch on that left die again. And a single pitch on the right die away. So there's a single pitch ultimately. Safe result. And let's go all bets set. Dice out. And this is similar to, I did some, I'm sorry for stopping here, but I did 60 on the outside on myself when I was shooting on that second roll, no, the third roll on Saturday. And I took one hit and I would press across that, that 60 cross. And then I took another hit and then I came down to 24 and 6 and 8. So that was one strategy that I did use. And we got a 2, 4, 6 to Kevin the Carpenter 2x4. So that is no help for our bets because we are on that outside right now. And that's exactly what happened to my second shooter. I bet the outside. I kept on hitting the damn 6s and 8s. Kind of pissed me off a little bit, but single pitch on the left die, double pitch on the right die, single pitch ultimately overall. And that is a safe result. So we matched our long roll for the day here. Let's make this super long and make it profitable for everybody. 19 people on Crapsee. We get 22 people watching. We only have 8 likes, so make sure you hit that thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate that. And dice out. Looking for an outside number. And we got a 415, another trucking camper. So that is perfect for us. That is our point. So we'll be coming out looking for a new point. That'll be $15 brought back to the rack on that one. We're going to stick with that $15 pass line bet. One of the things that I've been really working on when I'm at the casino is monitoring the bankroll, how much money on the table, how much money I have in the rack. And that's why I've been, I think, successful the last how many trips is if I get close to that, you know, if I'm way down and I get back to my break-even point, you know, what I bought in for, I'll take my money down and I'll wait for another shooter. If I'm up like $100 or $150 or wherever my goal is going to be, if I'm getting close to that goal, I'll take the money down. And I've been very, very disciplined when it comes to that. So like I said, 5 of the last 6 trips have been profitable. I have not made a ton of money each time, but $153 is nothing to complain about either. So we'll go all bet set here. $15 pass line bet, looking for a new point. They split apart when they left my fingers a little bit, but we have a 4-4 heart 8 square pair, so 8 will be our new point. And that last $15 that we made off that pass line hit, I'm going to pick up that 5 with that $15. So we have got $15 on a 4, 5, 9, and 10. We got a $15 pass line bet. $77 brought back 75 on the table. Let's start trend betting upwards here now. Again, that was a double pitch on both dice, so that was a primary in the bottom. Safe result. And we'll call this all bet set here. Dice out. And we got 3-5. Great 8. We got from Great Craps. Make sure I entered that in correctly on. Yep, I did. Okay, good. I had 3-5-5, and that's not a good way to enter in on KPI because that messes up the entire program. But that was a primary on top on that left die. That was a implosion on that right die. So that is a safe result. But that was no help for us because we don't have anything on that 8. Oh, that was the point hit. So that was a Buckeye buckshot. Wow, okay. Okay. We can do that. That was $15 extra brought back. I didn't even see that. That is perfect. So we'll stick with that $15 pass line bet. And we'll call that all bet set. Looking for a new point, hopefully a unique point. So far we've hit the 5 and 8 on this shooter. Dice out. And we got OMC craps, all the dots and all the spots, midnight. So that's going to be a pass line loser. I don't like the way the dice bounce at the end of the table, but that does help for those of you who are playing that ATS bet. I am not on it. So 3, 2, 3, 6. So part of the craps table build is a chessboard, and I was actually working on that chessboard the whole weekend. I probably put about 5 hours into working on it already, just the chessboard portion itself, and I probably got about another 2 or 3 hours worth of work on it. So it's going to be about 6 to 8 hours of work just on that chessboard, and it's going to look pretty cool. I'm not going to give anything away here. So that way I can hopefully have everybody in suspense for when I put the videos out. But it is looking really neat. And so far I'm really happy with the results. So I hope that you guys, once you do see it, you will be not impressed, but that you'll like the results of it as well. So $15 pass line bet again, and we'll go all bet set. Dice out. A little shorter in the landing zone. This time we got a 4-3-7. So the last one took our pass line away. This one gave it back. Unfortunately, it does reset that ATS bet. We're still on the same shooter. So that was a pass line winner, a natural. We're up to 9 rolls. This is roll number 10 coming here. That was a double pitch of the dice, by the way. 4-3 is always a double pitch with that 3V dice set. One of the things I'm not looking for, I haven't been watching, is if I'm throwing through the 4s on top, and they have pretty much been showing a lot of 4s. Everyone's had a 4 except for 2 of the rolls of the last, say, 10. So that is successful then, because remember, I'm looking at mechanics. I'm looking at to see if a 3 or 4 shows on top. I'm looking to see if the throw is repeatable. And I'm also looking for warning signs. Those are the 4 things that I'm looking for when I am shooting the dice. Staying with that $15 pass line bet. Call that all bet set. Dice out. That left one stuck, but the right one hit the back wall. We have a 268, the Duracell 8. Go out, support, free, live crap. So 8 is starting to pipe up a little bit here as far as the numbers are go. So on Saturday, one of my associates up there, friends, I don't know what to call them, was at the end of the table, and I think he was down on his bets a little bit, and it came up to my turn to shoot. And he normally bets a 6 and 8. And I set the point, and I bet 60 on the outside. He looks at me, he goes, "Are you not going to hit the 6 or 8?" And I said, "I don't know." I said, "We're going to hit whatever we can hit." And he goes, "Well, I thought you were just like professional YouTube dice thrower guy or whatever." I just looked at him and kind of rolled my eyes like, "Seriously, dude?" So let's go. Point of 8 here. Let's go all bets set. And we'll go dice out. 92 brought back to the rack. 75 on the table. And here we go. We got 3-3 hard, 6 to double degen. So of course I would hit the only number I don't have any bet on. But that does continue the roll again, like I said. So I'm sure he'd be laughing at me because I didn't know if I'm throwing 6s or 8s. Oh my God, that was a primary on top, by the way. And yeah, that has no effect on my bets at all. Normally what I do is once I get to this free play here, I try to get everything to that 5-unit bet level. So right now I have $15 on the 4, 5, 9, and 10. I'm trying to get those up to 25. And if the 25 will hit, then I'll pick up another number on the whatever's not covered. And then once everything's covered, I'll start trend betting upwards from there then. So trying to play on the profit as much as possible. We'll go all bets set here. Dice on 3, 2, 3, 6. Ooh, 3, 4, 7. Don't know what to think about that roll. It looked decent. That was a double pitch of the dice, by the way. Looked decent, but the end result was not good. It almost looked like when they landed, and remember I have a semi-bouncy table, it almost looked like they landed and the energy just dissipated really because it was like a slow roll into the back wall. So we made a total of $17 on that shooter. I am throwing a lot of 6, a lot of 8s so far. 6s so-so. We got 2 10s as well. So we got Wattage Live Craps checking in on YouTube. Good morning. So let's go $15 pass line bet again. Trying to see if I can shake this up a little bit here. Let's do this one. I'm not going to do any pass line bet. I'm going to pretend that somebody else is shooting right now. And instead of doing 110 inside, I'm going to try to up my bets just a little bit. We'll go 128 across as soon as I get a point established. And that 128 across is that 4-unit bet level all the way across. Take one hit, go to 160, and then we'll come back down to that 60 on the outside again and start trend betting it up from there. So we'll go all bets set here. And dice out. So Wattage Live Craps, do you have a channel? And if so, is that the name of your channel? Dice out. 156, that is the KitchenAid mixer. 6 will be our point. So like I said, I'm going to go with that 128 across bet level. That's a 4-unit level all the way across. So that's going to be $20 on a 4, 5, 9, and 10, 24, and that's 6 and 8. And that was an implosion on that left eye. That was a implosion on the right dice. So that was a double implosion. And that's not something that normally happens for me. So we'll stick with 3236 and all bet set. Oh, that was kind of a weird roll into the back wall, but we have a 1-2 ace deuce Alfredo sauce. I was watching Alfredo last night, and they were having one of the shooters could not throw a 3 whatsoever. I guess he needed a 3 in order to hit the small, and he couldn't throw. But everybody else was throwing a 3, the ace deuce. So they were kind of picking on him a little bit. 3-2, 3-6. That was another implosion on that left die. That was an explosion this time on the right die. So that's a drift right of the dice. So it was 2 rolls in a row where the dice were off axis. So we gotta be hopefully get those back on good landing zones, making sure that they're level or flat to the table when they land. So what dice out? 3, 2, 3, 6. They split apart just slightly when they left my fingers, but we have a 3-3 hard 6 this time. They did cross at the end, but that is a point hit. So when we get a new point established, I'm going to go to that 160 cross bet level, which is that 5-unit level. So there's a primary on top on both sides there. And, you know, Dice Dr. Dan does bring up a point where I'm starting to hit the 6s and 8s now. So instead of going on that 60 on the outside to get me out of the shooter, I'll probably go to the 88 or 66 on the inside. I'll be, you know, still into the shooter a little bit, but if I'm going to hit it, that might be worth it. I know that didn't sound too convincing, but so let's go. So Kevin Smith played at the Mohican this last weekend, primarily on stadium craps. I have never played stadium craps, but he goes pretty much came to the conclusion that he prefers stadium craps over regular craps. I would love to play stadium craps. They don't have it around by us at all. So hopefully in October, if I can make it down to Vegas, I will try it and give it a shot once. I did used to play bubble craps. That's how I learned how to play craps. So let's go all bet set here and dice out. Dice out. I had a little bit of a high arc on that one, but we have a 268, the Duracell 8. Go out and support free live craps. And as Duracell says, give that thumbs up and subscribe if you would do so, please. So our point is going to be 8. Like I said, we're going to go to that 160 cross bet level. So I'm going to pressure all the way across here. That's the 5-unit level now. 25 on the 4, 5, 9, and 10. 30 on the 6 and 8. Sorry, I just yawned. It was a long night at work. That was a primer on the front side, by the way. I didn't know that Potawatomi had stadium craps. Okay. I know that, yeah, they put a bunch of bubbles in, and they are a ripoff. I played the one bubble machine they had. It was a $5 minimum per bet, not total. It was $5 minimum bets for bubble craps, which is stupid. And then the other one was a $3 bubble craps, and they had like, I bet you it was a bank of like 10 of them in one area. And that's the little single bubble craps one with the little bubbles right in front of you. I did play it for a little bit. I wasn't too happy with them, so I didn't play too long. And we'll go all bet set here. Dice out. I know that when I pressed the button on their bubble craps, they weren't very responsive. They didn't stop the shaking right away. It always went like a second too longer. And we got a 5-5 hard 10, the Old Bay Bushel. That is perfect. That's going to be a little bit of extra money brought back because that is a buy bet on that 4. Sorry, on the 10. So we have $77 brought back to the rack. We'll bring our bets down. We're going to go 66 inside. Be $15 on the 5 and 9, 18 on the 6 and 8. Remember, the 8 is the point, but I did not do any pass line bets on this shooter, so no line bets here. And that was a single pitch towards us on the left eye. That was an implosion on the right eye. So implosion and a single pitch towards us is a safe result. If it was an implosion and a single pitch away, that is a warning sign. So this one was safe. We'll go all bets set here, and let's see if we can start getting these bets brought up so we can get some money brought back here. Here we go. And we got a 2-6-8, the Duracell, not the Duracell, that's the Kevin the Carpenter 2x4. I don't know what I'm thinking. So we got a hit. That's awesome. So what do I do here now? I am down on my luck. For those first 2 shooters, we lost money on. Second one, we only won a little bit. We are in the profit here by $30 so far. So I guess I need to figure out if I'm going to go to $30 on just the 6, or if I go to $30 on the 6 and 8. If we go to $30 on the 6 and 8, that means I need to drop $3 to get there. Which, by the way, if you ever try doing that in the casino, it confuses the dealers. It is hilarious. They pay my $18 6 or my $18 8, and then I throw $3 out there. I'm like, bring them both to 30, and they look at me, and they get so confused, and then they stack it. They give it to the boss man. They say count out 60, and then they'll place it for 30 each. But it's funny. And then I'll come back down to 18 after I hit that 30, and then that confuses me even more because it's $35 win, plus you get $24 in return back to you. So you always got to explain to them, and then they got to figure it out, and it's a big process. But after a couple times they get it down, we're just going to go to $30 on the 6 this time. So 98 brought back, 78 on the table. That's $20 profit so far. That was a single pitch on the left eye, double pitch on the right eye. A safe result. All bets set. Wow, that was a lot of talking. Here we go. Six, 4, 10. And that is Waylon's best friend weighing it in, Daddy Joe. So we don't have anything on the 10 yet. You are hilarious, Dr. Dan. So Dr. Dan says that he was going to play bubble craps once, but he could not figure out how to tip the machine for the fine dealing. It'd be like $1,000 or so. That's hilarious. So anyhow, that was no help for us. So we're going to keep our bets the same. $98 brought back, 78 at a table. Got 25 people watching us, 12 likes so far. So make sure you hit the thumbs up again, please. And we'll go all bets set. Dice out. Ooh, a little bit long on that one, but we have a 369. We got lucky. 369 to center field 9. Got lucky. Mechanics were not there on that one. We're just off the dice, like I said, split apart a little bit, and it went actually a little bit long. Good morning, John. He says, time for my morning Joe. Here's Cup of Joe, except I'm a little bit bigger than a cup. And in fact, in about 20 to 25 minutes, everybody jump over to John's Casino Gaming TV YouTube channel for his daily paycheck. And I believe he's doing his coffee run this morning right after. Last Friday he did take off. So, but anyway, we got a 9 on that lasso. Let's make that 9 look like $25. 119 brought back to the rack. 88 on the table. 3236. That last one was a 3, so it's a primary on top and a single pitch on the right. So single pitch on axis, safe result. And let's call this all bet set. Dice out. Ooh, I pulled that off to the left or right just a little bit. But we have a 6-5 mid-low yo. So that's 2 shots in a row where the mechanics were not optimal. We got lucky on both of them. So we need to really hone in on the mechanics so we get some repeatable shots. But that does help for that ATS. We need the midnight only, and we did throw 1 midnight today so far, so that might be doable. This will be our second shooter that we're getting into double digits for the day. I'm not going to really analyze that one too much because the mechanics were off. So we'll go back to the cousin one set, 3236. And I will call this all bet set here. Dice out. John, I'm going to text you something later on, just so you're aware of that. And please do not share what I am going to text you, but I think you will be pretty happy to see it. Dice out. Ooh, dice cross, but they came back together. We have a 314. That is the Big Joe from Crapsee Journey. So I was telling Brian this weekend, a lot of times when I say Big Joe from Craftsmaster Journey, my microphone cuts out the big part. So all you hear is Joe from Craftsmaster Journey. And he goes, maybe you need to do a first before you go big. Big Joe from Craftsmaster Journey. Too funny. Half 4 was no help for us, so we don't have any bets on the 4 at the current moment. Hopefully we hit a 6 or 9 so I can pick up the 4 and 10. But we're going to stay with what we got until we hit the appropriate numbers. So let's go. All bets set here. Dice out. By the way, that was a primary on the left die. That was a single pitch towards us on the right die. That is a safe result. A little short on that landing zone, and that right die jumped up and over to make it 5-2-7 out. So again, we made a little bit of profit, not as much as I would like to, because we got to dig out from those first 2 shooters yet, but we got a little bit more brought back, made another $31. So we are about $50 we made back from those 2 shooters in the beginning, but that was another double-digit roll. We got enough time for at least 1 more shooter, so let's go ahead and do that again. I'm just looking over my different strategies here to see if there's something that I want to do or try. Let's do no line bet. And I'm going to do one that's a little bit lower bankroll strategy for myself. And I don't think I've ever done this one on... Yeah, I did do this one, but we'll try it. Anyhow, we'll go no bets, no line bet for me. We'll go all bets set. 3236, dice out. And we have a 5-4 hard 9 Big Daddy Mac. So 9 will be our new point. So no line bet. I'm pretending somebody else is shooting. It seems to work best for me on this table. Somebody else shoot the dice, please. So we're going to go 96 across. And we'll take a hit. We'll go to 128 across. Take another hit. Go to 160 across. And then we'll come down after that hit to 88 inside. So this one we need 3 hits to get to the break-even point. So we're gonna go $15 on the 4, 5, 9, and 10. We got 18 on the 6 and 8. I'll have all the numbers across covered. That last one was a single pitch towards us on the left die, double pitch on the right die. So that was a single pitch of the dice ultimately. Safe result and dice out. That was a weird bounce and roll off, but we have a 5-6 mid-bow yo. Throwing a lot of those saves there. Third or fourth one, maybe. Third one. So basically 1/10 of the rolls, which is above average, is a mid-bow yo. And that is a single pitch and a single pitch. So ultimately double pitch of the dice. So that is a warning sign. And let's go all bets set here. Dice out. And we have a 4-4 heart 8 square pair. So that is a primary in the bottom side. And that'll be hit number 1 for us. So we're going to go 32 across pressure. And that'll bring us to that 128 across bet level. So we're actually putting in a little bit more than we actually made on that. Good morning, Alfredo checking in. 3236. And all bets set here. Dice out. A little bit low on the trajectory there, but we have a 3-3 hard 6 again. That would be the double degen. And we're going to go 32 across pressure one more time. We're looking for another hit so we can come down to 88 inside bet level. So this one is a little bit, you gotta wait just another roll longer in order to get to what our goal is. So far we have $49 brought back to the rack. We have 160 on the table. Yeah, Alfredo's been having a lot of people watching his show lately. He's been doing the vertical lives, and it's been helping out. He skyrocketed on his subscribers. I believe he's up to like 2,500 subscribers, and also congratulations to Alfredo. And we'll go all bet set here. Dice out. And we have another 5-5 hard 10 Old Bay bushel. So we've been hitting a lot of hard ways today. That is not a normal thing for me, especially with that 3V dice set. Getting hard ways results is not always the best thing. But we got another $25 brought back. So that was our third hit that we're looking for. We'll bring our bets down. We're going to go 88 on the inside. And it's going to be $20 on a 5 and 9, 24 and a 6 and 8. Remember, I'm not putting a pass line bet on this shooter. That was a single pitch towards us on the left die. That was an implosion on the right die. So that is a safe result for the 3V dice set. Good morning, Durcell checking in. Durcell did well. Him and his brother did well again on the second round of the international shooter competition. Make sure you check that out. It's always fun to watch everybody do their rollouts and watch them succeed. So that is very cool. So let's go all bets set here. Thank you, Alfredo, for saying that. And dice out. Wow, that was a 1-5 KitchenAid mixer, but if you saw that right die, it must have hit the back wall just right because it actually rolled way back. That was not a normal result or normal action off the back wall. Energy was good. The throw felt good. Mechanics looked good. That right die just must have caught that corner just perfect. But 145, 156, the KitchenAid mixer. So we're gonna make that 6 look like 30. Make the 6 and 8 both look like $30. So we'll sister press that one up. 126 brought back to the rack, $100 on the table. We hit the 6 or 8 again, we'll pick up that 4 and 10 for 15 apiece. That was an implosion on the left die. That was a implosion on the right die, so that was a double implosion of the dice, which is a safe result for the 3V dice set. I did not see you hit the all, or I did not see the all hit, Alfredo. Was that in the show last night? And it must have been right after I had left, if that's what you guys did hit. Dice out. Ooh, that left or right dice stuck, but we have 369 center field 9. And that was our point. So we're going to pressure the 5 and 9 up to $25 once we get that new point established here. 154 brought back to the rack, $100 on the table currently. And that was a 3-6. So there's a primary on the left die, single pitch on the right die. And that is good. If Brian goes, and this is one of Alfredo's things, and not just a 9, it was a winner 9. So they've been saying it on that show quite a bit. So we'll go all bets set here. Looking for a new point. Dice out. And we have 415, the trucking camper. Ryan from Crapping Camper. 415. New point will be 5. And again, we only need that midnight for the tall. We need the 2, 3, and 4 for the small. So we've been hitting most of the tall numbers here. Again, like I said, we're going to make that 5 and 9 look like $25. So that we have 154 brought back to the rack. We have 110 on the table. And that was a single or double pitch of that left die. That was a single pitch of the right dice. So ultimately a single pitch of the dice, which is a safe result. It was your last toss. Okay, so that was after I stopped watching. I was listening. I was actually at work when I was listening. I listened for probably a good hour on the show before I had to put the earphone away. So we'll go all bets set. And I know that you were saying that nobody, for you had 100 and like almost 200 throws last night between you and the other shooters, and no one had hit the small or tall prior to that. So I get days out. And we got a 145 trucking camper again. That one was a little bit long and it hit the back wall and it was like a bang bang. It just like kind of died right away. So that was kind of a good action. It bounced a little bit higher though, a little bit higher than I would like to see him hit the back wall. That was a Buckeye buck shot right there. So we made the point, hit the point right away. So when we come back out and get a point established out, is our first hit on that 5-unit level. So we were able to pick up the 4 and 10 then. So that is nice. Guy buckshot. 3-2, 3-6. And that was a implosion of that left eye double pitch and a right die, by the way. So again, we're back on track with either having a 3 or 4 on top of the majority of our throws So that is a successful thing. 30 people on Crapsee, 28 people watching. We're up to 17 likes. Thank you, everyone. That is very appreciated. Let's see if we can get some more because we got 28 people watching. So there's 9 more people here that need, 11 more people need to hit that button. And dice out. Dice are not feeling comfortable. We'll regroup them again. There we go. And we have a 4, 6, 10. That is Waylon's best friend win it in Daddy Joe. So our new point is going to be 10. And we're going to put $15 on that 4 and 10. Like I said, we were going to do after we hit that last point. 300 tosses, only 4 12s by him and 2 by Ashish. So we're going to make the 4 and 10 look like $15 each. We get 25 out of 5 and 9, 30 and a 6 and 8. We're just going to start trend betting the number that is hit now. Good morning, Waylon checking in. 3-2, 3-6. That was a double pitch on the left die, single pitch on the right die. Ultimately, a single pitch of the dice, which is a safe result. 189 brought back to the rack, 140 on the table, and let's see, we start collecting some money here now. If I took all my money off the table, I would have $1,905 in my bankroll, which is still about $175 less than what my goal was for today. So let's see if we can get a couple more nice rolls so we can take that money down and get to profit. Dice out. Ooh, that was really long. We got lucky. We got a 314 Big Joe from Craps Master Journey. Ooh, I got lucky now in terrible mechanics, terrible landing zone. So I will take the results. So that is going to be extra $27 brought back. We can make that 410 look like a quarter. And now I know I said we're going to trend bet only the number hit, but now that we're at that 160 cross bet level, this is a perfect spot to be in to start pushing those bets up. So as a primary on the left die, that was a single pitch on the right die towards us. Go back to cousin one. And let's go all bets set. 31 people on Crapsee right now. And this is our third shoot in a row that we are in double digits, so that is nice. It's out. Weird roll. 549, hard 9, Big Daddy Mac. I'm getting sloppy with the throws. We're getting lucky with the results. So I need to hone it in, Joe. Hone it in. So we're going to go $35 on that 9. So we'll bring some back to the rack and we will keep some out on the table. And that's 251 brought back, 170 on the table. So we're starting to add to the profits a little bit now. That was a 5, which is a single pitch on that left die, double pitch on the right die. So single pitch ultimately of the dice. And all bets set here. Dice out. A little short on the land zone. We have a 325, the Justice 5. So again, we're going to make that 5 look like $35 now. And we finally crossed over that $2,000 bankroll. If I took all my money off, I would be at $2,002. Again, my goal is to get up to $20.80 today. So if we can take another $78 back, that would be perfect, and we can come down on our bets. So the primary on the left die, that was an explosion on the right die. So it was one dice off axis. That is still a safe result, though. And we'll go all bets set here. Dice out. high jump that was. But we got a 268, the Duracell 8. Go out, support free live craps. Thumbs up, subscribe. You guys know the drill. So we're gonna make that 8 look like $42. 321 brought back to the rack, 192 in the table, and we are $43 away from goal. I am almost to the point where I was thinking about taking my bets down here, so that way sometimes it's good to even come up short with goal. I mean, even if you're short of your goal, but you made a substantial profit, sometimes that should be and is good enough. But let's go all bets out. We'll go last row here. And hopefully they'll bring us up and over that mark. That's out. And of course, I throw it really long, and I almost screwed up, but we have a 134 Big Joe from Craps Master Journey. So even though it was long, the dice did have semi-decent action off the back wall. It was kind of a hit the table, bounce up, and come right back down. And that put us over goal. So I'm taking my bets down. So we made goal again today. We got $2,082, but I'm going to keep on rolling for everybody else here, and we will continue to hopefully extend this roll. So if this was the first shooter and I made go like this, I probably would keep on playing a little bit, maybe take a lot of the money down and play with some of the profits. But since we had to work our way back from those first two shooters, I am totally fun with that. So Dr. Dan says, take that damn profit, Joe. And I am taking the profit. So let's go all bets set here. And this is what I would normally do in the casino now is I make go, pull the shit down, and consider ending the session or the day for that matter. Dice out. What the heck was that? I don't know if you guys saw that one die land on camera. It's right here. It landed and stuck. We got a 3-3 hard 6. The right one didn't make it all the way down. The left one didn't even go past the first bounce. So that's going to continue the roll though. So nice, Dr. Dan goes, good going. And all of a sudden, a flash from a movie popped in my head. Good job, Peg. Good job. And you did good, Peg. You did good. If you ever see Charlotte's Web, the cartoon version, you did well, Peg. You did well. So we got all bets set here, and dice up. 3, 2, 3, 6. Now the left one's stuck. We got a 6-1-7, and that is an out. So that is a 7 out. Roll does come to an end. That was the last roll for the day. Let's go through our statistics, and we'll see how we did. So we've got, this is the statistics for today. We had 5 shooters. We had a 2, 4, 12, 11, and 17, 9.2 SOR, and a 7.7 SRR with only one come out 7 today. Our strong numbers today were that 6 and that 10, and a little bit of the 8 and 5. Box numbers are high today. Inside numbers are high. 4s and 10s are high. Come out numbers are low. Horns are low. Fields are low. Hardwoods are off the charts today. Not normal for me. We'll go through our black belt statistics, and this will bring us through the end of last week, Friday. And we are, as of last of Friday, we have 1,292 throws on black belt so far. So we have about 700 more throws to go on this 3V dice set before we switch over to the 2V dice set. But we have a 9.65 SOR, we have a 6.6 SRR, and a 6.62 BSR. So I'm still below my goals, but those are respectful numbers and numbers that, you know, a person could strive for. But obviously we can get better than that, hopefully, as we go forward or going down the road here. So John goes, I think the brothers get through 15 will be right about the line. So talking about the second round of the shooter competition here. Thank you, Wattage Live. And thank you, Alfredo. And thank you, Bags. Okay. Guys, thanks for stopping in today. My name is Joe. This is my Craps Master Dice Shooting Journey. Let's make it yours too. Hopefully we'll see everyone back tomorrow. Be safe and be prosperous.